Hey, thanks for another round of excellent talks. My name is Adam Lazarus, and I'm in children's science programming. And I had a question about synthetic versus natural compounds. It's my understanding that at least very many natural compounds that we take out of nature and use, we modify in some way, either for legal reasons or out of matters of convenience. And by the same token, some type of synthetic things, perhaps plastics and whatnot, those are all made from substances that on some level are found in nature. So I'm just curious how we distinguish between synthetic and natural compounds. Thank you.
Should I take the first question to Dr. Lazarus? What a good name. Synthetic, I'll just give you an example, like aspirin, we take it for granted, is certainly synthetic. But it was born out of salicylic acid. The Egyptians discovered, well, they didn't know it was salicylic acid. They actually found willow tree bark would actually, when they grind it, it actually produce a juice which they can take to relieve pain. So that's salicylic acid. But if you roll forward many, many years, that probably is 5,000 years ago in Egypt. And then in the 1800s in Germany, a company called Bayer and a gentleman called Felix Hoffmann, he discovered salicylic acid, or rediscovered salicylic acid, but he couldn't patent it. So he set about actually adding another group called acetyl group from acetic acid. So this is acetyl salicylic acid. So aspirin was born. So that's your synthetic compounds. But now that is a very clear example. But now we are getting a little bit blurred, because if you actually go through natural product, sometimes it is not only present in one particular plant, it's actually present in many different plants, but the same chemical, so they share the same biomaterial. They might have similar synthetic pathways. And so, of course, they are natural, but when you extract it out and synthesize it, you can actually synthesize it, just like artemisinin, which is used for malaria very successfully. And Gates Foundation realized artemisinin is so difficult to synthesize, he actually can semi-synthesize it. But so he said he gave out too large sums of money for people to do synthetic biology, so they grow magic plants. And so they can synthesize artemisinin, but then the plant was there, but then they do not live very long. So that is not very successful. However, artemisinin has now been derivatized to pure chemicals, and instead of being used as malaria, and in the part 3 of the special supplement I'm editing, you'll be pleased to see that can be used in treatment of cancer. So you can see that's from nature has taught us something that Mother Nature has intended us to do. And now, using human endeavor, we're able to make these chemicals which the body will somehow recognize, this privileged chemical site, and then give it back to the cancer cells, and they respond quite badly. They die, and they're apoptose. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, but I'll come find you.
Thank you.